Good morning and welcome to the next episode of the Grey Nomad Knits. Today is Tuesday, the 5th, I think. Yes, the 5th of March, and I'm coming to you from very sunny Perth, Western Australia. It's a beautiful morning today, not so hot, thank goodness. It is very sunny, so the colour is not so good, but I couldn't resist being outside. There's a light breeze and almost that slight autumn feel in the air, which is just lovely after the summer we've had. I'd like to thank all my viewers and welcome any new viewers. And this is my little corner of the universe where I talk about all the things I love to knit and crochet and some sewing as well. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry, although I have to be honest, I'm not on Ravelry that much. But certainly on Instagram, and you can find the links to those in the show notes down below. So Perth's weather, oh my goodness, what a summer we have had. We had more days in February that were 40 degrees plus, that's Celsius, since records began. So it was a very, very hot summer, and I think we're all very glad that autumn is finally here, even though I believe it's going to heat up again next week. We've had nighttime temperatures of 25, 26 degrees. It has been truly awful. Thankfully, we were able to escape in the caravan for a week, and it was a lot cooler. We went to a beautiful place right down on the southwestern tip of Australia called Augusta, and it was much cooler down there, and we had a lovely time by the beach and just generally having a chill out. So you will hear some more about that soon. Okay, let's get on to my works in progress. I don't have a lot more to report from last time, simply because I am working on 3 projects as always, but all 3 projects are long projects that are going to take quite a while. I must say, I hope the sound is okay. We have a fish pond in our garden and the pump is on 24/7. So if you can hear water running, that's what that is. And my hubby's just going out and he's just started up his motorbike. So hopefully that noise will stop soon. Okay, the first project I would like to share with you today is my Sungold blanket, which is a free pattern on the website Attic24 by Lucy. Lucy's in England. I think she lives up in the Yorkshire area, but I'm not sure. But every year she puts out a blanket pattern, and you can just find all the details for it free on her website. So it uses the Stylecraft DK yarn, which is 100% acrylic, which is perfect for a blanket that's going to get a lot of wear and tear. This blanket is going to go as a gift to my dear sister-in-law Pam. As you all know, I lost my brother last year, and I just wanted to give something to Pam that will bring a bit of light and cheer into her life. And she's coming over in April, which is going to be wonderful. It uses this yarn, Stylecraft Special DK, and it's one of the nicest acrylics I've ever used. It's very soft, and it's absolutely perfect for maybe cushions or blankets or really whatever you want to use it for. And it's also very, very affordable. So let me show you the blanket. Here it is. I'm making quite good progress. So this was the start, the foundation row, and then the start. And I've finished the first two weeks worth of CAL instructions, and I'm onto the way behind, of course, but I'm not worried about keeping up with the CAL. But I've started on to the 3rd week now, so I'm probably I'll soon be halfway through. I think by the end of the week 3 instructions I'm halfway through, then it gets a border at the end. There's not a lot to say. It's a very easy pattern. It's very intuitive. You don't need to keep looking at the instructions or anything like that. Sorry about my glasses. These are transitions lenses. So of course they're They've darkened up because it's so bright out here, but I can't take them off because then I'm as blind as a bat. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so this is how it's looking, and it's quite wide. So I'm hoping that will give her some cheer. I know she has brought herself a new leather lounge suite in a pale creamy colour. So I thought something like this would be really nice and bright and cheerful. Also, the nights can be quite chilly over there, even in summer. So it's something she can just put over her lap as well instead of turning the heater on the milder nights. And yeah, I mean, she can do whatever she wants with it, but hopefully she will love it. I'm hoping to teach her to crochet when she comes over here because, you know, she's sitting on her own now night after night. So it'll be good for her to have something to do, and she's quite keen to learn as well. So I will keep you posted as to how that goes. I actually won't be podcasting next month because she will be here for most of the month, and I don't want to take the time out. So yes, after this episode, you won't see me again until May. So that's the Sungold blanket. Sorry, my instructions are blowing away. That's the Sungold blanket by Lucy from Attic 24. We just had a lovely week, as I said, away in our caravan. And part of the fun of going away in the caravan is getting the van ready, you know, in the days leading up to when we go. Making the bed is one of the most difficult things, but it's so worth it to do a good job because the bed in our caravan is the most comfortable bed ever. So I took a little bit of video which I'm going to insert here to show me making up the bed from scratch, right up to setting it up. And when we travel, the little TV lays on the bed because you've got to take it off the bracket. You can't have it on the bracket while you're travelling. So we lay the TV on the bed and surround it by cushions. Can't remember if I put that bit in the video or not. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. Here's me getting the bed ready for our travels. The next project I want to share with you is the progress on my Yorlin cardigan. Now it's a design by Kate Davies and it's in this book here. This is a beautiful book with so many lovely designs, and if you haven't looked at any of Kate's designs, I suggest you have a little look. I think they're all on Ravelry as well, but she has some really beautiful things. and so detailed, because look, she has really detailed schematics for things. Look at this lovely one. And the Yorlin, I'm just finding it, is here. I'm afraid I don't have the same sort of style that Kate has, so it'll look quite different on me. But I'm really looking forward to it. There's another one of it. I really wanted a little black cardigan, but I didn't want to knit in a solid black. So I approached a lady in Perth called Michelle from Dyeing to Knit Yarns, and she dyed up for me an almost black. I think it's actually called charcoal, and it's tonal, and it is heavenly and beautiful. So nice to knit with. This was my Christmas night cast on, so it's in my little Christmas ornament bag, and I cannot tell you where I got this bag. I've had it for so long, and it doesn't have a tag on it, so I can't tell you. I've made quite a bit of progress on this. I've split now for the sleeves. I have put my arm through the armholes for the sleeves, and so far so good. So that's the front lace panel, and the same on the other side. Now I have all the stitches for the sleeves are on cables, but what I'm going to do now is, if you have a look here under the arm, I've got nearly an inch worth there, and I have started alternating skeins. I've done all those extra increases in the sleeve as well, so it looks a bit puffy at the moment, the sleeve, but hopefully that will fit my arm really well. You can just sort of see the triangle of increases here. I ended up adding an extra 17 stitches to each sleeve, so I'm hoping that that's going to do the trick. I also did an extra, I'm not sure, the raglan increases, because it's top down. The raglan increases are every second row, and I think I did about an extra 5 sets, so maybe an extra 10 rows to get a bit more depth, because where it finished, it was just going to be, you know, not even at my underarm. So I think I've got it right. I'm absolutely loving it. But I've just cut off the bigger ball of yarn, the one I just started with, because what I'm going to do now is the sleeves. So on this part I have left the small ball, which I only have probably about 10 grams left. So when I recommence the body, I'll still have some of that there, and then I can introduce another new skein before that one runs out. I don't know if I'm going to get a line across the sleeves when I attach this new ball, but we shall see. I shall definitely hold a skein up against it to make sure I can't physically see much difference. Sometimes you can tell with hand-dyed yarn. Sometimes you might hold two together and you can actually see straight away there's a bit of a difference. Other times you can't, and even though you can't, you can still see it when you knit. So here's hoping. And you know what, if there is a little faint line across from the colour, I'm not going to worry about it. It's beautiful, it's soft, it's lovely. It's going to be perfect for our Perth climate. It's a fingering weight, and I'm just loving it. So the only modifications I'm making are in the sleeves to give them more width. And depending on, the reason I'm doing the sleeves next is because I don't know how much yarn I'm going to have for the length of the body. So I thought if I get the sleeves done, because they're kind of non-negotiable with the length, then I can knit the length of the actual garment according to how much yarn I have left. I like it to sit just above hips. But yeah, I think this is going to be perfect for our weather. I can't wait to have it finished. And I picked this colour because it was just a staple I wanted in my wardrobe. So yep, that's the Yorlin by Kate Davies. and it's Dying to Knit yarns, and I don't even have a label in here, but this is wound up. So I have still got 3 full cakes and 1 not quite full cake. So I think I'm going to have enough, but like I said, I just don't know how long it's going to be. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so we had a lovely week away in Augusta. We headed off in the caravan onto our freeway, roadworks, traffic hold-ups, you wouldn't believe it. We get out onto the, all of those in Perth will know, the Forest Highway. Roadworks near Bunbury, big hold-ups. And then we get down, we stayed the first night at a place called Peppermint Grove Beach, which is about half an hour north of Busselton. Oh, the roadworks everywhere. But we did get to go through the beautiful tree-lined street that's called the Chewett Drive, I think, Chewett Forest. So we stayed the night there, and then we went the next day down to Augusta. We had a beautiful, beautiful week. One of the highlights was a river cruise that we did, and he did tell us at the start of the cruise that we might be lucky to see dolphins. They had a poult of dolphins in the river because Augusta has the Blackwood River coming out into the ocean, and then the boat takes you up the river, and there were dolphins everywhere. We saw so many dolphins, and I got some wonderful footage of one coming along beside the boat. So I'm going to put some of the footage of our trip in here, and you'll see some of the beautiful beach shots as well. It's a lovely part of the world, and I hope you enjoy. And I'll see you back here in a few minutes to talk about my Battenburg blanket.
Look at it again. There he is. Look, he's coming down. He's following us. Look at that. That's fantastic. Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, look. Oh, God.
I hope you enjoyed that. We certainly had a wonderful holiday, and I'll put a couple more shots in at the end. So my Battenburg blanket. This is a free pattern by Sandra Paul from the Cherry Heart podcast, and she has her own website. I think it's just called cherryheart.co.uk, and this is her Battenburg. Now I've made each square, like they're solid granny squares. I've made each granny square, I think 3 rounds bigger than what she suggested. So this was the last row in her pattern, and then I added 2 more. Mainly because it's for John and he wouldn't want anything overly fussy. I'm using Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn for this. This beigey colour is in there. It's all pure wool. This is the classic, which is quite a like almost a crepey construction. This is all I have left, so that means I'm getting near the end. I have another square ready to sew in, and this colour is called raffia. And then the contrast colour, the colour is this beautiful, also from Bendigo. This is how it comes in these great big 200-gram balls. So this is also pure wool, and it's called the Bloom. Now I don't think they sell Bloom anymore, but I think their new range Prism is like the substitute. I think it's very similar, but yeah, you certainly can't get this. This is the colour Mahogany, Don't think you can't get it anymore. You might be able to find it maybe on eBay or somewhere, but you can't buy it from Bendigo anymore. I'm in a few Bendigo Woolen Mills de-stash pages here in Australia, and sometimes people will put older stock like this up for sale, so you might be lucky. I just love this colourway. It's so beautiful. And as you can see in the blanket, there's so many different tones in it. It's just gorgeous. I can't possibly hold this up to show you right now, and I'm hoping by my next podcast I will have it finished. So that's when I shall show you it properly. But I'm just looking to see how much more. I pretty well had it finished, but then I decided I need to do one more row of squares down the long side. I'm just hoping. I actually had to weigh one and weigh how much of the raffia colour I still had left, also allowing for the crocheted seaming, which I also do in the raffia, and I should have just enough. So I've done all the contrast squares already, but the beige squares you kind of do as you're joining them, so you crochet it and then you crochet it onto the blanket straight away. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more squares, although there's one already done, so I've really only got 3 more squares of the raffia to do, and that will be it done. And then I need to look and see what she does for the border. But I'm really glad I've got this left, because I'm going to use this for the border. I certainly won't have enough of the raffia, and I don't want to buy any more. But I think being at multicolour yarn as I go around in the border, that will look really nice. What do you think? It's certainly going to be very, very warm. And I think when hubby is sitting in the lounge, sorry, a fly. When he's sitting watching a movie at night in the middle of winter, he'll have something he can rug up with. So that's the Battenburg blanket by Sandra Paul. The other thing I just wanted to show you is some things I've made for the shop. So I sell some of my things in a shop over at the Battenburg shopping centre called the Tasty Pear. And I am hoping later on this year to have an Etsy shop open. But at the moment, everything I'm making has been selling quickly, so I just haven't had time. Something that sold out completely over the Christmas break was my crocheted washcloths. So I've just made up another 11 or 12 of those, and I just thought I'd show you the colours. And these are all different cottons I've sourced from all over the place. Some are Bendigo, and I think the others I just got from Spotlight. And this is my labels I make up. That's the white, that's a Bendigo. This is a Spotlight cotton called Freedom, and it's getting very hard to get now. But it's really pretty, the colours in that one. Very spring, even though it's autumn. This is very ocean-like colours. That's a Bendigo one. And this is another Freedom in a different colour to the last one. It's got all greens and beiges and browns. It's beautiful. So these are used for your washing your face or for using on your baby, whatever you want really. They're designed to cut down the use of the throwaway baby wipes, body wipes, those sorts of things. They're actually really handy to have in the caravan. This is another one of the Freedom yarns from Spotlight. And this is the last colour I've done in a Bendigo cotton. So they're all going over to the shop tomorrow. So if anyone's in Perth and is over in the Bassendean area, you'll be able to find those over there tomorrow. The other thing I've been making for the shop, because they sold right out over Christmas, is my tea towels. So I made a lot of these, but I've just brought one of each pattern out to show you. There's this one. I bought some nice cardboard to make it easier to package them. And this one, maybe you could encourage your children to help dry the dishes. if you had this one. This one's for all the bee lovers. And I'm a sucker for vintage style fabrics. I thought this was so pretty. And another one. And these are all made from 100% cotton, super absorbent. It's called cotton canvas, but it's like a duck drill type fabric. I might have to steal one of these for the caravan. And the last one is like a French patisserie. There's even recipes on here for macarons. So I've been very busy making those, and that's why I don't get as much knitting done during the day as what I would like. But I really enjoy doing the sewing, and it gives me such a thrill whenever something sells at the shop. So yeah, I think that's about it. And we are heading off in the caravan again on Saturday. We're going to stay a couple of nights with our friends in Denmark and Kromkup, which is between Denmark and Albany. And then we're going over to a place called Shane's Beach for 5 nights, which is east of Albany. And it's just beautiful, pure beach to just chill out, go for walks, have a dip if it's hot enough, but it is a lot cooler down there. So here's hoping we've seen the last of the heat wave weather. And yep, I won't see you next month because my sister-in-law will be here and we have lots of things planned to do while she's here. But I will see you in May. So cheerio for now. Stay safe and healthy wherever you are, and happy knitting. Bye.